Want a bike that makes your commute exciting, your weekends unforgettable, and your bank account not hate you? Welcome back to MotoFin. If you've ever puzzled over your next two-wheeled ride, today's deep dive is for you. I'm going to break down 6 distinct motorcycle categories, show you real 2025 US models and prices, talk about who each bike fits best, and then weigh the pros and cons of every style. By the end, you'll know exactly which bike speaks to your riding goals, experience level, and wallet. We'll cover sport bikes, naked bikes, cruisers, touring or sport touring machines, adventure and dual sport bikes, and even scooters. For each one, I'll give you engine specs, real street feedback, typical running costs, and what to look out for when you hit the dealership. No buzzwords, no fluff, just straightforward guidance, as if I'm talking to a friend who wants to ride smarter. Let's get started. Sport bike. Example model, Kawasaki Ninja ZX-10RR, 2025, price, $30,599. The Ninja ZX-10RR is all about raw speed and track prowess. Its 998cc inline-4 pumps out 204 horsepower at 14,000 RPM. Kawasaki equips it with launch control, corner management ABS, a quick shifter, and electronic suspension adjustment. Fuel capacity sits at 17 liters, and the wet weight is about 450 pounds. On the street, you feel every nuance of the pavement. The riding position tucks you in tight, so your body becomes an extension of the chassis. Corner entries are razor sharp. On a track day, this bike shines. But on a twisting back road or a daily commute, you'll notice that aggressive ergonomics mean wrist fatigue and limited visibility over traffic. Insurance and upkeep for a leader-class sport bike will run you higher than average. Expect a premium on liability and collision, especially if you're under 25 or have less riding experience. Tire changes on sticky performance rubber cost around $500 a set. Chain maintenance, brake pads, and more frequent fluid changes factor in. If your world revolves around track weekends, carving canyons, and pushing peak performance, a leader-class sport bike like the ZX-10RR belongs in your garage. If you're after something more forgiving, let's keep moving. Naked bike. Example model, Yamaha MT09 SP, 2025, price, $12,499. The MT09 SP pairs an 890cc triple with 119 horsepower at 10,000 RPM. It adds premium Öhlins rear suspension, KYB inverted front forks, and Brembo monoblock brakes. Wet weight clocks in at about 428 pounds. Naked bikes strip away the fairings, leaving you exposed to the elements but granting an upright seating position. You're more in command of the machine, with better leverage on the bars. In town, the MT09 SP feels light and agile. It's easy to flick through traffic or tackle twisty roads without feeling pinned forward. You still get a 4.6-gallon tank and around 45 miles per gallon, which translates to 200-plus miles between fill-ups. Wind protection is minimal. At highway speeds, you'll feel buffeting on your chest and helmet. A small touring screen or aftermarket fly screen can mitigate that, but it's a compromise. Maintenance costs and insurance fall in the mid-range bracket. Tires will run about $400 for a street sport profile. Fluid and filter changes align with most middleweight bikes, nothing too exotic. If you want something versatile enough for commuting, weekend canyon runs, and occasional highway blasts, and you like the raw, stripped-down look, a naked bike like the MT09 SP merits serious consideration. Cruiser. Example model, Indian Scout 101, 2025. Price, $16,999. Cruisers emphasize laid-back style and comfort. The Indian Scout 101 sports a 1,250cc liquid-cooled V-twin putting out 111 horsepower and 82 lb-ft of torque. With a low 25.7-inch seat height and a wet weight of 549 pounds, it's surprisingly approachable for shorter riders. On a Sunday cruise, you'll feel the V-twin's pulse beneath you. Floorboards ease foot fatigue, and the upright bars let you sit back with a relaxed posture. Fuel economy is around 44 miles per gallon, so you can tour 130 miles on the 3.4-gallon tank before stopping for gas. Cornering clearance is limited. Floorboards and exhaust pipes can touch down sooner than you expect. The suspension is tuned for comfort over performance, so hard cornering can feel floaty. Insurance rates for cruisers sit in the moderate range, comparable to middleweight naked bikes. Maintenance intervals are every 5,000 miles, with oil and filter changes running under $100 plus parts. If weekend group rides, relaxed styling, and that distinct V-twin soundtrack appeal to you more than lap times, a cruiser like the Scout 101 is a natural fit. Touring and sport touring. Example model, Yamaha Tracer 9 GT Plus, 2025, price, $15,490. Sport touring bridges the gap between full-blown touring behemoths and street-friendly sport bikes. The Tracer 9 GT Plus packs Yamaha's 890cc triple, good for 113 horsepower, matched with semi-active suspension, heated grips, cruise control, and a 7-inch TFT display. Dry weight is around 450 pounds, and the 5.1-gallon tank returns roughly 48 miles per gallon. On a cross-country run, the windscreen keeps buffeting minimal and your body aligned comfortably. Integrated luggage mounts can swallow 2 side cases, plus you can add a top box. Range stretches to 240 miles between stops. Passenger comfort is solid, with a larger pillion pad and passenger-friendly pegs. The trade-off comes in curb weight. At 483 pounds wet, you'll feel that heft in tight parking lot turns. Electronics add complexity. Diagnostics and software updates become part of routine service. Tires are adventure sport compounds and will cost about $450 a set. Insurance skews higher because of the added value of OEM luggage and electronics. If your next big trip involves multi-day rides with gear, passenger space, and creature comforts, a sport touring machine like the Tracer 9 GT Plus hits the sweet spot between performance and miles-eating ease. Adventure and dual sport. Example model, BMW R1300 GS, 2025 model. Price, $19,945. Adventure bikes tackle pavement and dirt. The R1300 GS features BMW's 1300cc Boxer twin, producing 145 horsepower at 7,750 RPM and plenty of torque down low. Fuel capacity is 5.3 gallons. Wet weight sits around 523 pounds, and ride modes include rain, road, dynamic, and enduro, plus optional pro modes. On gravel roads and forest trails, the 8.7 inches of front travel and 8.5 inches at the rear soak up rough spots. Shaft drive lowers maintenance, no chain lube or adjustment. Fuel range is about 260 miles in mixed riding. You can add crash bars, skid plates, aluminum luggage, and high-clearance wiring without breaking the bank. The perch height near 34 inches can intimidate shorter riders. While 523 pounds is hefty, low-speed maneuvers require technique, not brute force. Service costs climb faster here. Valve checks, shaft drive oil, and electronic calibration can push a $600 service interval. Tire choices range from dual sport knobbies at $480 per set to road-focused spoked wheels at $450. Insurance typically sits in the premium bracket. If you crave off-road adventures, long-haul touring, and an aftermarket ecosystem built around expedition gear, an adventure bike like the R1300 GS will answer your call. Scooter. Example model, BMW C400 GT, 2025. Price, $9,500. If urban convenience tops your list, scooters are tough to beat. The C400 GT uses a 350cc single that makes 34 horsepower at 7,500 RPM. You get CVT transmission, ABS Pro cornering technology, underseat storage, and a 756mm seat height. Fuel economy is around 65 miles per gallon, so the 3.4-gallon tank gives you more than 200 miles between fill-ups. Scooters are just as happy in a tight parking garage as they are on a city highway. No clutch or shifting means you focus on traffic, not gears. Maintenance costs are minimal. Belt changes every 6,000 miles at roughly $200, plus oil and filter service under $100. Insurance is among the lowest in the motorcycle world, especially for riders over 21. The flip side is limited top speed, around 80 miles per hour in optimal conditions, so highway overtakes require planning. Passenger accommodations are basic, and there's little room for aftermarket performance upgrades beyond a sport windscreen or seat cover. For new riders on urban commutes or seasoned vets seeking a no-nonsense shuttle bike, a maxi scooter like the C400 GT nails affordability, ease, and everyday practicality. Pros and cons by category. Sport bike. Pros: peak performance on track and canyon roads. Advanced electronics for safety and control. Sharp chassis and braking systems. Cons: aggressive ergonomics cause fatigue. High insurance and maintenance costs. Demands advanced riding skills. Naked bike. Pros: comfortable, upright posture. Lively mid-range torque for street riding. Accessible price point under $13,000. Cons: minimal wind protection on highways. Basic electronics versus supersport. Potential high-speed instability without fairing. Cruiser. Pros: low seat height and easy handling. Relaxed riding position for comfort. Strong torque at low RPM. Cons: limited cornering clearance. Not suited for spirited riding. Smaller fuel tank reduces range. Touring sport touring. Pros: outstanding long-distance comfort. Integrated luggage and wind protection. Cruise control and heated grips add convenience. Cons: higher curb weight. Complex electronics require specialized service. Premium insurance due to added value. Adventure and dual sport. Pros: versatile on and off-road performance. Long travel suspension soaks up rough terrain. Aftermarket support for gear and protection. Cons: tall seat height can intimidate. Hefty weight challenges low-speed control. Service costs rise with advanced tech. Scooter. Pros: effortless urban mobility. Low running and insurance costs. Ample storage and easy handling. Cons: limited highway speed and range. Basic passenger accommodations. Few performance upgrade options. Rider fit, matching bike to you. Choosing the right bike starts with honesty about your goals, skill level, and budget. Ask yourself, what riding do I do most? Daily commute under 20 miles? A scooter or naked bike serves you well. Weekend canyon runs? A sport bike or naked bike will thrill you. Long tours with luggage? Look at sport touring or adventure models. Off-road exploration? Adventure or dual sport is your playground. What's my experience level? New rider. Start with a lower displacement, 300 to 500 cc naked or a mid-size cruiser. Intermediate. You can handle 600 to 900 cc naked, cruiser, or light adventure bikes. Advanced. Lighter sport bikes and fully loaded adventure rigs become realistic options. What's my total budget? Purchase price is just one part. Factor in gear, insurance, maintenance, mods, and fuel. A $10,000 scooter might only need $100 yearly insurance, while a $30,000 sport bike could cost $1,000 or more. Maintenance intervals vary. Value $5,000 service, brake pads, and tires into your yearly riding cost. Once you've answered these, narrow down your shortlist to 2 or 3 models. Then book test rides. Nothing replaces spending 30 minutes on the actual seat, feeling the throttle response, brake bite, and comfort. Talk to owners in local riding groups or on forums. Read owner reviews for real-world fuel economy and service stories. Your ideal bike is an intersection of style, performance, comfort, and community. A sport bike might jive with your adrenaline needs but fall short for daily comfort. A cruiser may turn heads without taxing your wallet too much. Try both, compare side by side, and decide which sparks the most excitement and confidence. There you have it, a comprehensive look at 6 motorcycle categories with real-world 2025 US specs and prices. Sport bikes deliver peak performance at a premium. Naked bikes offer punchy torque and everyday usability. Cruisers specialize in relaxed style and low seat heights. Sport touring masters multi-day comfort with performance DNA. Adventure bikes let you chase gravel roads and cross-country trails. Scooters thrive in city traffic with minimal costs. The ride that feels right to you depends on how you plan to use it, where you intend to go, and the amount of cash you want to spend up front and over time. Start by pinpointing your riding goals, your experience level, and your total budget. Then test ride the contenders. Take notes on comfort, handling, and emotional connection. If you found this guide helpful, hit subscribe and ring the bell on MotoFin. Drop your questions or your dream bike in the comments, and I'll jump in with more insights. Thanks for riding along. See you on the road.